What if I told you there's a place in Canada where researchers can make it snow indoors, tilt the floor like an icy sidewalk, simulate a car crash, and even test whether seniors will fall in a bathtub, all without anyone getting hurt? Today, we're stepping inside the KITE Research Institute. Located inside a hospital, the KITE Research Institute is unlike any research facility I've seen. The labs and hospital are in the same building. Doctors can literally go downstairs to the research floors and tell the scientists immediately, this works, this doesn't, or fix this. It's fast, collaborative, and also changing how healthcare technology is developed. In the end, a lot of their labs and purpose is for rehabilitation. The DRIVERLAB has a real car surrounded by massive LED walls, but the car has no engine and no wheels. Instead, it sits on something called a turntable that can rotate and move, simulating the car turning left or right. Additional features are added to this lab, including eye trackers, heart rate sensors, and even EEG brain monitoring to help with research. Through this lab, researchers study car crashes, emergency reactions, sleep deprivation, drug impairment, memory loss in aging drivers, and also auto-drive safety features. One of the biggest questions they're asking is, as we age, should we gradually lose our driver's license? In the STREETLAB, there's a treadmill where researchers analyze how people walk. There is also a safety harness so that participants don't fall. This lab is important because it can help detect subtle changes in walking patterns, which can signal early signs of neurological disorders, like Parkinson's disease. They're also trying to find out whether slower walking indicates memory impairment. Then there's the STAIRLAB. Using 360-degree cameras and motion capture, they study something surprisingly dangerous: bathtubs. Researchers are investigating where should handrails be installed, which height is the safest, and which part of the tub causes the most falls. Participants wear a harness for safety, but the information discovered could prevent thousands of injuries. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury in seniors, and small design changes could save many lives. The WINTERLAB can recreate a typical Canadian weather. The lab can make it snow, create hail, generate 20 to 30 km/h winds, drop temperatures, freeze surfaces, and even tilt the entire floor. They test whether winter jackets will really keep you warm and what kind of materials and designs for winter boots will actually be anti-slip, and whether expensive footwear is really better than cheap boots. You can even see whether your own boots are safe on their website called ratemytreads.com. where their safety is graded using the number of snowflakes. The more snowflake points a boot has, the more safe it is. They even study indigenous footwear because indigenous communities have survived harsh northern winters long before modern brands existed. Sometimes the best innovation comes from traditional knowledge. The HOMELAB looks like the first floor of a regular house, but is full of sensors. There are infrared beams around the house. If someone falls, they will hit the beams at a specific speed. This then alerts a ceiling-mounted robot. The robot would then ask if the person is okay, and if the person doesn't respond, it calls 911. There are also sensors embedded in everyday utilities, like fridges, to monitor health. For example, if someone hasn't opened the fridge in a while, it might indicate illness because sick individuals often lose appetite. This technology is being tested to see whether it is successful and can be implemented. If all goes well, people with disabilities, seniors, and their family will be much less worried about them living by themselves. The CARELAB mimics a hospital room. One of the researchers' focus is reducing lower back pain in nurses who frequently lift patients and change bed sheets. They have invented technology that helps nurses lift patients into the air while the nurses change the sheets. Another interesting system is about hand washing. It is required that all medical staff should wash their hands when they enter a new room. However, not many follow it. To address this problem, every healthcare worker wears a special badge. This badge will vibrate and turn red if the wearer hasn't washed their hands when entering a new room. If they wash for 20 seconds, the badge will turn green after an infrared beam near the sink shoots the badge. A similar infrared beam is installed at the entrance of each room to make the badge turn red. All this isn't just cool technology, it's preventative healthcare. Instead of reacting to injuries and illness, they're asking, how can we design environments so people don't get hurt in the first place? From icy sidewalks to aging drivers and hospital hygiene, the KITE Research Institute is building a future where safety is engineered, not hoped for. If you found this fascinating, comment below. Which lab would you want to experience? And would you trust a robot to call 911 for you? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.